hear me? Am I live? Good to see you guys. We did it. We did it. You did it. You became dog. BGM too loud. God damn it. I need to get a new sound mixer because this fucking thing is always wrong. What I hear on my end is never what you hear. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I should go back to using my Go XLR. My voice, for fuck's sake. Hello? Fuck's sake. Oh, wow! Jesus. But despite that, we got the audio issues fixed at some point, I think. And yeah, is it like the sound thing? Like on... Yep, there it fucking is. Here we go. Hi. There it is. I fucking hate Windows for that. It always adjusts the mic volume down. Fuck. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Oh my god. Well, I hope the ASMR overall was okay. I hope overall it was still nice. Did you guys have fun? Huh? Did you have fun being a dog? Did you enjoy being a dog for the day? You loved it. Well, that's really, really good. I was so worried. I was so worried about the sound when people were sort of mentioning it and knowing it was bloody Windows just automatically being like, you want your mic quieter, don't you? That's what fucks with it. Ah, it's so annoying. But you guys really, really liked it, did you? That's good. Kamaki, thank you for the super. And Chilik, thank you very much for the super as well. No work, only love. Yeah, I saw some people wondering, like, why are you including Canon in D by Paschal Bell? And it's funny because I saw some people mention that song is what you would hear at a wedding. And I've personally, I guess maybe I've not been lucky enough to hear it at a wedding. I've been to a few weddings, but I haven't heard anyone use that at a wedding personally before. But for me, I don't know, that song always makes me think about the beauty of life. That song always makes me think about how happy I am to be alive. It makes me think about, like, everyday beauty. It makes me think about, like, the little things that you hear and see on your day-to-day life. And I thought, you know, beauty in the mundane was what I wanted to focus on. I really wanted to think about how lucky we are to have these little things, and that was kind of, you know, that was all. I just wanted it to be about that, and I think I did a pretty good job. I think I did a pretty good job of that. Say, thank you very much. It was so nice that everybody was just typing woof in chat. Maybe I thought I should, like, specify that that's what I wanted, but everybody figured it out in the end anyway, so that's okay. Mianya, thank you very much for the super. I'm glad it was relaxing. Kape, thank you for 5 gifted. And Haru, thank you very much. Lap pillow time. Everybody relax. Everybody relax today. I'm just gonna play some game and we're gonna talk about the ASMR. I did say we'd hive mind. Yeah. Lou, thank you. You've been wanting this for so long. You don't know how much this meant to me. Oh, Lou, yeah, of course. Some people are really into, you know, the puppy side of things. And if it made you happy, then that's all I really care about. I'm really glad it could have given you a good time. Made you happy, made you feel like the bestest dog in the whole world. Canon is written about life? Yeah, that's what it always meant to me anyway. Jenny Alex, thank you. Google, how do I become this man's dog? You did, all you gotta do is listen to that ASMR. Yeah, this morning I was getting everything ready for it this morning and I felt so fucking exhausted. I was so tired. You know, it just made me feel, I was like, oh god, I can't do this. I was like, but then I had a latte with an extra shot of espresso in it, and I was like, I fucking powered up. It was like I shot myself with lightning. Oh, pass the motorway. It's like I got lightning in me, and Sorry, I just want to get closer to the mic. And then after that, I felt a bit better. And I basically just, yeah, I did as much as I could. I wish I had like prepared a little bit more, like maybe a bath scene, but I think like accurate sound effects for a dog bath would have been quite difficult to do. So I'm not really too upset about it. I think we still kind of got the essence of the experience down pretty well. Come on, you can do better than that. Come on, come on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Who's a good RuneScape player? Is it you? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're the best RuneScape player in the world. Jenny, thank you very much for the super. Nymeria, thank you. More of a cat person. And you think, oh, you think about the worm ASMR. Yeah, the worm was really fun. The worm was a really good one. Cerulia, thank you. Forgot all my worries. And there were only your gentle praises and cuddles on my mind. That's all I really wanted, because I think, like, more so in this day and age than it has been in the past, I think a lot of people are uniquely stressed. I think stress is, you know, in modern life, stress is quite, I would say, at least in my experience, I think people are, broadly speaking, more stressed than they were historically, you know, because of just the demands of daily life being quite ridiculous. So what I really wanted to do was provide an ASMR that was like a pure escape from that, and something that encourages people to view the, you know, really just the beauty of daily life, the parts of life that feel, you know, the kinds of things we might usually take for granted. Banana, thank you very much for the super. Oh, I'm sorry I made you miss your dog. That sounds really hard. I hope you enjoyed it though. Paige, and thank you for the Aku super. While you were patting us, I was patting my little dog too, and she drifted off to sleep in my arms. Yeah, doing this made me really want a dog. I really want a dog, you guys. I want so badly to look after a little animal. But, you know, I've got you guys, so I guess I'll just have to cope with that for the time being. Anyway, I'm back with Duke. Yeah, in the meantime, I mean, all I've got, you know, if all I have is Duke Succulus, then that's alright, I can cope with that. He's so cute, look at him. Look at this guy. Oh, he looks even cuter in HD. Well, look at this, bro. Aww. Gonna read supers when I go back to the setup phase. Just give me 1 second. Aww. Look at this big bastard. This big bastard. Ooh, 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 ooh. Got his ass. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Thanks very much, Hakuma, for the super. 1-1. Thank you, Wallflower, for the super. Your words and head scratching was on point. What it's like to owning a dog. Love the bits of storytelling about raising a dog. Yeah, I'm so glad I got to be your master today. Glad I got to look after you. Clover, thank you for the Aku super. And Evita, thank you for the super as well. I want to say I use hair conditioner every day, but my fur sounds a little stiff. The voice makes me feel cozy. Yeah, it's just a blanket I got. The dog fur was a blanket that I got. And it's funny how I kind of immersed myself in this doggy world of yours by basically my mic is on like a mic arm, and I basically like wrapped the blanket around the mic arm behind the mic, and then I tied the collar around the base of the microphone, so it really was like around your neck, and I tried to make it immersive in that way, which was quite funny, honestly. Oh, Yeah, it was neat. It made it a little like, I was worried I was going to wind up accidentally, you know, nudging something or knocking a cable loose, but it turned out to be okay in the end. I think it sounded good. Was the, like, the audio mixing, was it overall okay? I was a little worried because, you know, so many people were kind of bringing up the music being loud or the birds being loud and stuff like that. And it's funny because I balanced it all myself this morning, but I couldn't tell that the mic was going to be so quiet, which is, you know, I just hope it was alright. Also, did the video look okay as well? OBS was telling me I had a ton of dropped frames, but no one was mentioning anything, so I assumed it was probably fine. Maybe a reporting error on OBS side. We're getting no drop frames in this stream, so it's just the beginning. Okay, that's really good. Roll. He's so cute. I love him. Bop. Oh shit. Oh, for God's sake, you dumbass. What the fuck? I don't know. For God's sake. For God's sake, it was the little bit of chip damage that got me. That's so annoying. Oh my God. Noah, thank you for the Aku Super. Very sweet, fun, and happy. Thank you so much. My heart was filled with joy, and I felt very happy. I want to continue being your cute little dog. Truly love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you too, Noah. Thank you so much for the Aku Super. I hope you have a really, really nice rest of your day, and thank you for enjoying the ASMR. Pup, thank you for the super. Yeah, I figured there's some people are really into being puppies, so I figured that, you know, this one goes out to you. Efita, thank you for the super. Danna, thank you very much for the super as well. Little Luna, thank you very much. Yeah. Also, sorry for saying good boy a couple of times. I just for dogs, I just kind of go to good boy. I tried to keep saying good dog to keep it gender neutral, but I did slip up a couple of times. I hope that didn't ruin anybody's immersion or anything like that. Cindy, thank you for the super. Oh, 1-1. Wudu, thank you so much for the super. Misa, thank you very much for the super. Daddy sweet puppy. Good girl. Most adorable, happy ASMR. I'm really glad you liked it. You're my best puppy. You're such a good puppy, you are. Dumpundum, thank you very much for the Aku Super. Mum always says my house is full of dog fur. There's no dog, it's your hair. Aww. Guess I'm qualified to be your dog. Yeah, you might be. To get head pats and kisses from you every day. Every day. Well, you can. Right here. Sweet thing. Got your head pats and kisses right here. Yuki, thank you for the Aku Super. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Thank you so much. I'm really, really glad you enjoyed it. Don't know if I can concentrate on bosses while I do this. Maybe it's time for just woodcutting again. Maybe it is. That would be okay. That would be okay. Let's just woodcut for today. Can't really concentrate while I'm trying to talk to you all. Koopa, thank you very much. Took my jewels away. That was a funny joke. There was, while I was thinking of what I wanted to do, obviously I never ever would have had any kind of sad ending for a dog ASMR, because, like, while sad twists can work in some ASMR, obviously we've had a lot of sad twists, you know, don't drink the tea kind of thing, but in this setting, like, that, I think a sad twist with a dog would be traumatizing for people, so I really didn't want to do that. But one idea that I did have a while ago was, I figured it would be fun if the ending was you waking up at the vet and you then get neutered, right? And then you get neutered. I figured that would be kind of really funny, But in the end I decided I didn't really want to risk like the initial panic of waking up at the vet and being like, oh my god, are we getting put down? Like, I just really I wanted it to be relaxing from beginning to end. So I figured it would be nice if we just did it, you know. It's all nice from beginning to end, and there's no need to worry about a single thing in the whole world. Mary Lively, thank you for the super. You'll be a sweet dog, Dad, and you have so much love to offer. Yeah, they will be. I'd love to get a dog. Are you offering? I'm gonna have a little drinky. It's very warm in here and I need to cool down. Camellias, thank you. Cryptid phrase, woof woof, woof woof woof, and woof woof. I love you too. A lot of the dialogue in the stream I sort of based on, it was very difficult, honestly. It was a lot more challenging than I expected. Because, like, normally we can have full-blown conversations in ASMR, and someone will leave a full chat message and I can go and talk about stuff. But for a dog, all I really had to work with was woof, 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 woof. So it was actually a pretty unique challenge. I think we did well. I think it went pretty well in the end. Hang on a sec, guys. My dad's calling me. I'm just gonna send him a text. I'm live, ATM will call you in a bit. Vox Akuma. Thank you, Camellias, for the super. Crystal, thank you very much. And Winter, thank you so much. I've been hand sewing a co-worker's hoodie to make it look nice, and he was worried he won't like it, but this made me relax quite a bit. Oh, of course they're gonna like it. Of course he will. I'd like it. Emmy William, thank you. It was super sweet and fun and comforting. I'm glad you'll be coming back to it. Sabina, thank you so much for the super as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sabina. Thank you. Masculine females, women who can state their... I don't think having opinions is a masculine trait, nor is being bossy. If you say masculine women, I would assume, you know, women who dress in a way that is traditionally masculine. But yeah, no, I mean, listen, if you need to know how I feel about women, you need to refer to a little song that a lot of people don't like, but that I think is cute. It's by Will Smith, and it's called Pretty Girls, right? I like pretty girls. I love pretty girls. There's not a lot of women not pretty to me. Huh. I mean, she pretty to me. I ain't just talking about the pretty you see, but the pretty you be, you know? Not a lot of women not pretty to me. So whether you're masculine, feminine, I'm sure I'm going to find you attractive, to be honest. There's not a lot of women not pretty to me. Honestly, I like the original tempo for the song. I think it's fun. It's like, I don't know. I think everybody was sort of, yeah, people were critical of it being kind of awkward, but to me it's like, I feel as though it's pretty intentional, that it was going to be kind of goofy and a bit silly, you know? I like it. I think it's funky. I love pretty girls. I'm gonna do some investing. I'll spend, what is it? I'll spend it on you and your bestie. You and your friend on a jet ski. I'll change your life if you let me. It's dad rap. It's unk rap. Exactly. It's fun. I like it. Melissa, thank you for the super. Loved it either way. I'm glad you like it. You can be my little puppy. It's okay, it's okay. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Listen, don't worry about your wording of that, because on the internet it's so easy to get cancelled for just accidentally Hello? There we go. There we go. Anyway, it's so easy to get cancelled even though you might have you got no, like, ill will or ill intention. Maybe you just worded something slightly wrong. Don't worry about it. If your intentions are in the right place and you're doing your best, then I don't think you should have anything to worry about. Google Docs get written about people for the funniest reasons, you know? Like, obviously sometimes or most of the time, really, it's warranted, you know, for somebody to be called out, especially if they've got a significant platform. But, you know, people be out here writing Google Docs about... People be out here writing Google Docs about, like, their friend Tim, who is 15, and said that they didn't care for The Godfather, and they'll write like a 50-page Google Doc being like, I can't stand this, and then suddenly it'll blow up and get 50k likes, and someone will quote retweet it with Google Docky, and then it will like become a whole thing, you know. I've said this a million times. Sometimes you don't need to cancel your friends. You can just talk to them. Skylar, my wife left and canceled my son. Val, wait, hang on. Sabrina Carey, thank you so much for the super. Melissa, thank you. And Val, thank you for the super. Killing my tough girl personality. Love being your dog. Te amo. Te amo. Mi amor. Te amo. I hope you really enjoyed it. Killing your tough girl personality. Who's my good girl? Me. I'm sorry your Great Danes passed away. I'm glad I could have made you feel like a good dog for a little bit. Because, I mean, although it's really scary to think about the fact that when you get a dog, there will inevitably come a day when you have to say goodbye to it, the nicest thing is that you're giving that dog the most wonderful life, and when it comes down to it, you know, the dog is not even going to know. It's just going to be happy as anything, spending time with its favorite person, and, you know, they won't even be scared. So I think it's going to be okay, you know? I think it's worth that chapter of your life when you get to spend it with this wonderful animal that's just a bundle of joy. Exactly. It's a happy life. It's a happy life. Mufang, thank you so much for the Aku Super. Oh, it's your birthday! 4th birthday spent with me. Birthday wish, I hope my loved demon stays happy, loved, and free, now and always. Yeah, I am happy. Thank you so much. Woof woof. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Lou, thank you for watching you. I always thought of myself as a Maltese. Maltese are some of my favorite dogs. I think they're so cute. Yeah, they're so cute. Oh, you remember? I've said that before and you remember. Oh... Yeah, who's my cute little Maltese? Is it you? Are you my cute little Maltese? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Misty, thank you very much. A dog on International Cat Day. Oh, that's fucked up. But yeah, sorry I didn't stream yesterday, by the way, guys. On Wednesday night, after the Hearthstone stream, I wound up having a pretty bad, like, you know, not a crash out, but I sort of just suddenly felt, I suddenly felt really, really depressed that night, and I was really, I don't know, I felt really embarrassed and strange and weird, and I didn't really know why, and I was just, you know, there were all kinds of things I felt terrible about, and I was just like, you know, it was really nasty. So I was like, okay, that's like 2 big streams in one day. I was like, I don't know if I did the members ASMR, I would have wound up just being sad the whole time. But the nice part is that normally I have a one-on-one with Mane-san every Friday morning, but I messaged Mane-san on Slack and I asked, like, would you mind having the one-on-one a day earlier? And I vented a lot and to Mane-san about what I was worried about, and they were really, 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 really nice, and as they always are, and looked after me and gave me some ideas and advice and some emotional support, and I have some fun ideas for how to sort of progress and sort of keep my mental health in check. So Yeah, don't let anyone tell you that our managers don't look after us, because they will do anything. They really will do anything, you know, like just sat and was like thanking me for opening up and trusting them and all of that kind of stuff. It was just the most wonderful experience. So yeah, I really hope that you guys know our managers are really, really, really nice. So I feel better now. I've had some interesting thoughts about some stuff that I want to do. I'm not sure if I should tell you all quite yet. Basically, I've been thinking about some more stuff that's like, I want to do some more stuff about myself, but also about other demons in general. Because one of my favorite things that I like to do is if someone reminds me of a certain demon that I've heard of or met, or some creature that I've run in with, I like kind of giving these little asides and these little stories about people that I've met and maybe fought with and stuff like that. So I've thought about maybe doing like some, I've never really done YouTube shorts before, but I thought it might be fun to do some YouTube shorts of like a demon survival guide, you know, where I'll kind of tell you about some demons that I've run into, and then it'll be kind of almost like a backroom style YouTube short where it's like look out for this demon or something like that. It's like it'd be class B. I mean, they don't have classes, they're all just running around, but I thought that might be kind of a fun way of pulling more people into the world, you know, that I'm a part of in a way. I think that might be a bit fun. Basically, I just want to be able to do more creative stuff. And I think one of the reasons why I've been depressed recently, I talked about it, but one of the reasons why I've been a bit depressed is because I was streaming so much, and I kind of just sort of felt like I was losing track of the stuff that I really, really love to do. So I'm gonna keep at it and try and find a way of making some really good stuff. I also wrote either a poem or some lyrics, I'm not sure, but I wrote a really interesting like fairy tale style song, and I just sort of had fun. It was like an allegory. I won't tell you what for, because I might release it at some point. But whether I choose to leave it as a poem or I choose to do something else with it is, you know, that's up to me. I'll figure that out in due course. And it all came because I randomly remembered and decided to listen to, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the song Puff the Magic Dragon. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful song. Probably one of my favorites ever. And I love it so much. And it's so sad. It's so sad, but people sing that song to kids and they usually just leave out the last verse. Make way for other toys. Then one day it happened, Jackie Paper came no more. And Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, his green scales fell like rain. Without little Jackie Paper, Puff could not be brave. And sadly something else, he slinked into his cave. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea. He frolicked in the autumn mist in a place called Honolulu. I listened to that and I thought, wow, it's such a wonderful thing. I think something with lyrics that I'd been struggling with is I struggled a lot with metaphor, you know? I feel like a lot of the lyrics I've written so far are a bit too literal. Whoa. Sorry, there's another can. This is not a beer, this one. That was just a little drink I had this morning. But I really enjoy how, you know, I was struggling with metaphor because I feel like a lot of what I write is too literal. If I'm trying to portray something lyrically, I've not really figured out yet how to do it through, like, little metaphors. So I thought, well, maybe I'll write something that is fully metaphorical and it's one giant allegory and I just write a fairy tale, kind of like that, because that's what Puff the Magic Dragon is about. It's about, you know, the death of the imagination, and it's about the, you know, how tragic it is that we grow up, you know. How tragic it is that people grow up and they lose track of their imaginary friends and all of that sort of stuff. And, you know, really there is no magic dragon. It's just that without the imagination of a child, all of these wonderful worlds and characters just cease to exist unless we keep our imaginations alive. Sunny, thank you for the super. Oh, I'm glad I got to put a collar on you. The safety double buckle is unexpected. Yeah, it was unexpected for me too. I just ordered some dog stuff off of Amazon, and then it turned out to be like one that had 2 clips on it. It was like a dog harness rather than just a regular leash. But I was like, hey, why not? You know, it gives me a chance to play the little clipping sound a little bit better. And if anything, it made me glad that we got to do the dog ASMR, because in the spirit of that song, it's all about, you know, it's all about escaping from stress. It's all about learning to be happy with the mundane. Is this a sign that you're into BDSM? Well, no, that's not a sign. I got the collar specifically for today's stream. I don't have a collar. I wish that I had someone to put it on, but I don't. So that's just life. Would I enjoy doing that if I had someone to put a collar on? Probably. But I do not. I am simply alone, and I'm certainly not putting one on myself. Lays, thank you very much. You have a cat personality, so you never knew you want to be a dog, but here we are. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad I could melt away your stress. I love you too. You like call? Oh, just say. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'll make sure I call you after stream. We'll figure something out. Any plans for future ASMRs? I don't really know. I'm not sure what I want to do next week. Sort of feel like I need a bit of time to readjust a little bit. Ma femme, it was lovely. Let me get lots of kisses in your sleep. Vox Akuma no mama desu. Thank you, Wednesday, for the super. Kuka, thank you so much for the super. This is your Japanese music textbook. Oh, you liked it? Ah, yeah, it's a very famous song. What's the name of the trio that does it? Peter, Paul, and Mary. What a lovely name for a folk group. Misty, thank you. We support cat or doggy style here any day. The fuck is cat style? Melissa, thank you. When I got really into chokers, I wore a dog collar since I didn't have an actual choker yet. That's kind of cool. It's kind of hot, honestly. I think it worked for you. Pirate. Oh, pirate would be fun, wouldn't it? Pirate would be fun. Snake ASMR? Oh yeah, I did think about that. Trust in me. Trust in me. Mueko, thank you so much for the super. I'm glad I could make you feel a bit less anxious. Of course, I'm sure you will be. I'm sure you will be a dog in your next life, and I'll look after you every day. I think, yeah, next week I might do a gorilla. I might do some gorilla streaming next week because I just sort of feel like I need a bit of time to readjust. We'll still stream a decent amount, but I think just focusing on doing the odd Zatsu here or there or playing some games, I think might be the way to go. Maybe we can do gorilla ASMR, yeah. That might be good. Gorilla. Gorilla. Cerulia, thank you for the super. At the beginning of it, I kept having to try to calm myself down every time I heard you say good dog. Really didn't expect myself to love it that much. I love you too, Cerulia. I mean, that ASMR, you know, it's supposed to be completely safe for work, just you're literally a dog, and that's what's going on. But if listening to that gets you a little hot under the collar, wink, then, yeah, I can't stop you. You can use it for whatever you would like. Breaking out of the zoo ASMR. Could do, like, if I did gorilla ASMR, like I am a gorilla, it would be the most unlistenable thing ever, because I would want to make it immersive to the point where a real gorilla has found an ASMR mic. So I would literally be grabbing it and going like... and just making like as much noise as possible, you know. No, I would not do a Harambe ending. I am not going to recreate the very tragic death of a gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo on an ASMR, because that would... I mean, it would be kind of insane to end it like just gorilla is going like... you know, and then suddenly there's just a very loud bang and it's over. And then you have me in an asset that's like a fucking zookeeper uniform. I'm like, are you alright? We've got you, don't worry. Come out of there. The gorilla can't harm you anymore, even though all he's been doing is going... No, I wouldn't do that. Dicks out for Harambe. Cooper, how did the game ape out? It's Hotline Miami except you're a gorilla. That sounds fucking incredible. Oh my god. Now I get to give you little scratches, Lace. That'd be traumatizing. Yeah, exactly. Like, if I had this ASMR end in some fucked up way where, like, we have to put you down at the end of it, that would have been genuinely traumatizing for people. Like, I don't want to go that far. If they cut a scene from Superman where Krypto got punched once because they thought it was too mean, then, you know, something like that would be a bit too far. Misty, thank you for the super. Gorilla hand cam ASMR. With big ass fucking gorilla gloves. I'll do that when the winter comes, because otherwise it'll get way too fucking hot in here. Misty, thank you for the super. Only think Donkey Kong Jungle ASMR. I'm donkey. Are you a part monkey? No, I'm full donkey. I'm thinking about Donkey Kong Bonanza again. When he's like, when he sees something, he was like, ooh, oh, ooh. Handcam banana flavor ranking with gorilla gloves. You guys are coming up with some funny ideas now. Dokito, thank you. Just occurred to me sometimes letting go of that thought, even just a little, might help you flow more gently with the ups and downs of work and life. I understand what you're saying, Tokito. Something I've realized recently, you know, going to therapy and talking to Mane-san and, you know, really sort of meditating and reflecting, you know, on my life and the things I've been through. I think I'm okay. Broadly speaking, I think I'm all right. I have a fantastic job, you know, I make plenty of money to survive on. I don't need anything really, and I get to play games. I do all sorts. So there's nothing I really should feel bad about, but I think something to bear in mind is, and it's so difficult to talk about this kind of thing because it is so privileged of a position. But fame on any level really does fundamentally alter you as a person. It does change you completely and utterly. And I've been at a relative level of notoriety throughout many different stages of life. I've been known by hundreds of people, and now I'm known by millions of people. And the thing about it is that I think it rewires your brain to the point where although, yes, I could coast and just play games and be fine and comfortable and happy, and then I wouldn't need to want for anything, it will never feel like enough to me. I think that just learning to survive is always going to feel like a failure, and I think that's just the way my brain is now. I think I will always be dissatisfied if I'm not improving, growing, working towards something bigger. And you know, once you know what it's like to really be motoring along, you can't really stop until you found it again. You know, it's like they say some people can't go backwards in lifestyle. I haven't had to. You know, I have a very comfortable lifestyle and I'm very happy, but there's something that makes me feel like I must top myself, I must improve. And I think I'm realizing now that I don't think there's any changing that. I'd almost, it sounds really pretentious, but I'd kind of liken getting famous to a kind of trauma in itself, because it does alter your brain so much. So I think all I want you guys to remember is that while I want to be comfortable and I want to relax and I want to be happy, I'll always feel, I just think that it's a part of who I am to feel somewhat ashamed if I can't do good work. So I have to keep trying, you know? If things are just steady, then that's not enough. We need to be succeeding. And, you know, it's very hard and very stressful, and, you know, sometimes you work every day, no days off, you just keep motoring and going and going and going, and it feels like you don't make any progress at all, but you have to keep trying. You have to keep trying. So I just kind of have to accept that this is the way it's going to be for me, that I'll always want to be doing more. And as long as I can develop some good habits and keep pushing and pushing and pushing, then I think I'll be alright. I just need to remember that, like, you know, I need to find a balance. Work-life balance doesn't really exist for me. You know, I feel like my happiness is just tied to this now. And if I don't have this in a good place, then I won't be happy. And that's just kind of how it is. It's not like, oh, that's unhealthy. I know it's unhealthy. I wish I could change it, but I don't think I can. So all I can do is keep trying and keep progressing in a really strong way and try and be happy regardless at the same time. And then I think I'll be all right. Be Bear, thank you for the super. It makes me happy to hear you talk about mental health struggles. You're doing amazing. Thank you for everything. But yeah, thank you so much for the super. And I'm happy to talk about this kind of thing because everybody goes through mental health struggles of some kind. I don't think there's anybody out there who has no mental struggles whatsoever. And talking about it and normalizing it is a good thing. Thank you, Avis. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll always support me. But I want to be able to support you all back, you know. I want to remain strong and I want to keep doing big things. Need to keep one-upping myself and doing bigger. Bigger and better every time. I'm bigger in my factory, I'm bigger in my company, I'm bigger in my corporate sign. So you take care of yours, and me, I'll take care of mine. Shake that bottom line. I hate the Lorax movie, but I gotta admit, it's a good-ass song. It is catchy. Well, I gotta admit it is catchy. Tender Dream, thank you for the super. Right after the stream ended, my aunt sent me this adorable photo of her cradling her puppy. You're my little puppy being cradled in my arms. That's you today. The stream today was so relaxing I almost fell asleep after sitting up. Aww. I'm glad my voice is like a warm blanket for you. I'm glad I get to look after you. Doing gorilla impression. Say, thank you for the super. Love our big demon. I love you too. I love you too. See, please don't worry about me. Regardless of if I struggle, I will be okay. I'll find my way through. And I've got all kinds of ideas for ways to do interesting new stuff. And what I think the end goal, at least right now, you know, my current goal, I want to be able to reach a point where more people can immerse themselves in my life and the world that I come from, and that it becomes more. I want like the general consensus on that to be something that's understood and accepted by the people that enjoy watching my streams, and whether that comes through introducing people via YouTube Shorts, or whether it comes by just trying to make that information as accessible as possible, then that's good. And then maybe I won't feel so afraid about sharing more of who I am and more of what I've been through. And you know, if something goes wrong and happens in my day-to-day, maybe I won't feel like I have to hide it from you. Maybe I'll be able to share that more openly. But we'll see. I do want to be able, because I remember how happy I felt when I was first doing that kind of thing, and I hope I manage to find that happiness again. But we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm glad I get to play games with you. Glad I get to relax with you. And that's all I'll need for the meantime. Say thank you, and Coco Snow, thank you. So cute that dogs wagtail even when they eat food and drink water. They're just so excited. They enjoy everything. That's it. Dogs are never bored. I mean, they are, but they find so much entertaining. Like, a dog will just be on a walk and then they'll go like, like they'll see like a patch of dirt and they're like, gotta check this out, gotta check this out, what's going on over here? Okay, it's just dirt, okay, what about us? And then they just kind of start running over there. It must be so entertaining. Iko dare? Good boy. Itsumo aishiteru yo? Well, I'll say it back if you stop calling me a good boy. You don't get to do that. Nobody does. You can be my good girl, but I won't be your good boy. It's so funny. Even like right at the beginning when people were like, you know, I was just giving fan service left and right no matter what people wanted me to do. I remember getting asked, like, can I call you a good boy? And I was like, no. like that's always been the one thing where I'm like, no. You know, there are very few kinks that like I feel, well, I mean, of course there's plenty, but like, you know, a lot of the ones that have been brought up to me, I feel like, yeah, I can get it, yeah, I understand that, yeah, I might be into it, but being called a good boy, I'm like, no, just no. It feels way too submissive to me. Yeah, I'm just not really, no. Very Lively, thank you for the super. Think your idea to expand your universe with stories you want to share will help too. Yeah, I want to make it fun. I want to make it easy to get into. In a strange way, I am somewhat old, you know, obviously those creatures were quite morally bankrupt in their creation, but I'm in a strange way inspired by the insane success of the Italian brain rot animals and creatures, because it's so low effort. It's just a load of text-to-speech with these AI-generated images, and yet kids, especially, are obsessed with these fucking things, you know? If I could share information about creatures like that that are real, and we don't use any AI or anything like that, then that might be pretty good, you know? I could share like a real demon that, you know, actually poses a threat to people, that actually kills people, instead of fucking Tung Tung Sahur or whatever it is. Tralalero tralala. This is so funny. One day, I was watching YouTube on my TV, and I was just kind of relaxing and lying on the sofa and watching some YouTube on the TV, and suddenly, autoplay. I can't remember what video I was watching first, but autoplay took me to a Italian brain rot video of these. I don't know what the characters are called, but it's the salt and pepper. Like the salt and pepper shakers with faces. It's like Garamano Garamanang or something like that. Like that's what it's called. And it was like them through the ages, and it was suddenly a load of AI generated videos of like them as babies, then them as adults, and then them like old, and then them dead, and it kept going until they were like celestial beings 100,000 years from now. I was like, the fuck is going on? The fuck is going just autoplayed, and I couldn't stop myself from watching it. I could not stop myself. I needed to see what would happen. It was a strange, like, it had a certain magnetism that drew me in, but I was still like, this is wrong, this is bad. Melissa, thank you for the super. Melissa, thank you for the super. Our Siberian Husky is always silent, but when she's alone, she starts howling. I love dogs that make noise. That's why I love Huskies. Huskies are always like... I love it when Huskies argue with each other like... And you're like, no, we're not going to do that. So cute. So cute. And I love Samoyed. I love Sammys for that reason as well. I always talk about how much I love Samoyed. But the way they sing, they're like... I really like them. I think they're so cute. I'd really like to get a dog. I'm just not in a position where it would be sensible for me to get a dog, but I really want a dog. I really want just some little fucking character who hangs out in my house, and I'm like, what's going on, boy? What's going on? And they're like... Avis, thank you so much for the super. Watched After Sun. It's a really beautiful story about a young dad and his daughter. I have heard After Sun is beautiful. I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet, but I will definitely check it out at some point. I've heard Paul Mescal is very good in it. Glad you enjoyed the film. Mummy G, thank you for the super. Love being struck by you, and it was a treat for me the whole time. I'm the happiest dog in the world. Oh, Mummy G, I'm glad you liked the super, and thank you for the thumbnail, by the way. Get a beagle. I've heard beagles are really loud. I don't know if I would get a beagle. I'd probably get a Maltese. At the end of the day, Maltese, they don't shed, and they're hypoallergenic, and I'm not allergic, but you know, you never know what friends you might make who might be allergic to dogs, and then if you got a hypoallergenic dog, it's not as big of a deal. And Maltese are great companion dogs, and I think that's what I would need, because I don't really need anyone to defend me. You know, I don't need a guard dog. Or to be honest, I love bulldogs, I love pitties. Like, I hate that pit bulls have this reputation. I think pit bulls might actually be banned in the UK, which is such a shame, because, you know, they just have this reputation for being these fighter dogs, but they can be so gentle. It's just about their owners, you know. German Shepherds, I have a friend who has a German Shepherd, and that German Shepherd is so cute. She's adorable. That guy has had a few dogs. His first dog that I remember was his black lab, who was very old, like one of the oldest dogs. Like maybe before he passed away, that dog was about 16, which for a black lab is pretty old. And literally just used to like walk into the room while we were hanging out. We'd just walk into the room and go, and then turn around, fart, and leave the room. Yeah, but we loved him. We loved that dog, and the German Shepherd is really nice too. Nix, thank you so much for the super. Old and deaf, he made me miss when he could hear us call his name. Oh, so cute. Oh. Wednesday, thank you for the super. You be my good girl. Yeah. As long as you learn to call me, as long as you learn to call me Papa or Daddy instead of Mama, then that's fine. That's my good girl. And Misty, thank you so much for the super. Do you watch the latest Godzilla vs. King Kong film that came out a few years back? I did watch Godzilla vs. Kong, but I didn't see Godzilla X Kong. I think I watched a little bit of Godzilla X Kong on a plane once, and I couldn't finish it. I was just like, I couldn't understand a single thing that was going on. I quite like Godzilla, and I like King Kong, but couldn't really get through that film. Godzilla vs. Kong was quite fun, though. I have a little pack of Mentos. Want to have one? You guys like Mentos? These are good. I don't know why. I love Mentos and soft mints so much. I remember there was a time, maybe 10 years or so ago, when I was working for the school I was at. I used to walk in every day, and I've talked about this before. I would walk, even though I could get the bus, I would always walk, because I love to walk. And on my walks, I would always pass by either a local, in the UK we call it an off license, but it's like a corner shop or a kombini. Instead of kombini, we have it's called an off license. And I would go, we'll call it the offie, go into the offie, and I would get myself like 4 tubes of soft or strong mints, and I would sit there and I would just eat them. And it was a bit weird. One of my favorite things to do was to get the strong mints, like the really hard ones that kind of crumble when you bite them. What I do is I would open the tube just a little bit, and then when I got home, I would leave them overnight. And then they would get just a little bit softer and really, really nice and crumbly and soft. And I used to really look forward to those the next day. I feel like it's kind of a weird thing to do, but I found that like one time I accidentally left them open, and then the softer texture was so nice, you know? Misty, thank you for the super. Couldn't, just stayed seated over Kong's slaying the smaller ape. That was funny. And that was funny. I'm kind of weird for that. Yeah, well, that's my one weird food thing I do, is get strong mints to be a little bit softer. It's not as weird as those people who strip all the chocolate off the Kit Kat before they eat it. Now that shit is weird. That shit is really, really weird. That's like weird kid on their own table at lunch type of weird. And they get a Kit Kat and they're like you bring out their buck teeth, like their rabbit teeth, and they're like. Janice Wang, thank you so much for the super. Thank you for the dog ASMR. Being daddy's pup makes me feel so happy and safe. I'm glad I made you feel safe today. I'll pet you, walk you, give you all the love you need. Well, that's alright. I don't want to be anyone's puppy, but you look after me by just being around. It's like what I said in the video. It doesn't matter that I'm stressed and working. As long as you're my little puppy and you don't have to worry about anything, then I'll be happy too. Okay? Okay, now, when I have Kit Kats, I do bite into both Kit and Cat at the same time, because I just want to eat all of it right away. I don't want to break it apart. I don't want to go nuts and be like, you know? All I want to do is eat. I just got so excited. Like, I just had a stupid idea. I'm going to do it. When I eat any kind of sweet, like these mints, I will never, ever, ever, unless I need to be socially responsible, I will never, ever, ever in my life have just one. Just get a handful. I got like, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh. I can't help it. It's so tasty. This is, I don't know, this is such a dumb idea. I'm gonna drool on it. Oh no. So yummy. It's so crazy. Love her. I'm like that kid on Fortnite. On the donkey video where he was like, it's like, if you don't vote me out, I will eat the sourest candy in the world. I know, I just thought it'd be funny if I put a load in my mouth right now. I just get excited about eating. Okay. Normally I wouldn't do a handful this big. I just wanted to be kind of quirky and funny about it. Oh, God. I'm not going to be able to open my mouth for very long, or a bunch of, like, juice is going to come out of my stomach. I'm just going to drool all over the floor. Oh, no. Oh wow, that's so hard to. One blow would kill people. My ice breath. Why is bro so big? I hear this all the time. Sorry if you're a little too shallow for me, but you know, you just have to get used to a big guy sometimes. Oh no. Faye, thank you. But you're caressing my cheek. Do I really? Do I really make you feel that way? Aww. Because I have phantom pain. Oh, I'm feeling a little silly now. I'm getting a little silly. It's cuffing season and all the girls be needing. I need a big boy, I need a big boy, I need a big boy. Well, I gotta try winning. I gotta try reading super, but my mouth is full and it's taken ages to chew all of these. I'm such an idiot. Oh my god. Oh, I can do this. Why the fuck did I do this? This is so stupid. It's not even that funny. Come on. I'm actually 5 years old. I'm actually just a kid. I'm just a little kid. That's who I am. I just want to eat all the sweets in the shop. I just want to eat all the candy in the candy shop. No. You like the sound of it? Is this ASMR to you guys? This is me eating Kindred. That's the sound you would make if I put you on my mouth. No. I love mint chocolate. That shit is nice. Oh goddamn, my mouth is getting so tired. Come on. I have to eat this before the supers run out. Why am I chewy? Because you're so cute and so tiny. So tiny, you got soft little bones. I would eat you like that Sicilian bird that they eat whole, beak and all. For God's sake. I can't finish it. I'm such a fucking idiot. Why did I do this? Why is this eating mince make me sound more British as well? I'm like, I'm such a fucking idiot. Why did I do this? You're right, mate. Right, go around there. Go around, sit back, right? You put Thwood in full. Come back and I'll give you a wee kiss, alright? I mean, I've never really spent too much time up north, but it is nice when I do go. Yorkshire is so beautiful. If you guys visit the UK and you want to see some really beautiful rolling hills, you got to go to Yorkshire. Everyone on TikTok wants to go to Castle Combe. And Castle Combe is very lovely, but it's inundated with fucking tourists who've seen it on TikTok. If you want to go to a beautiful British village, here's my advice. Castle Combe is beautiful. You can go there if you want. Go up north, right? If you can, bring a rental car. And then stay in a little village. This is a very tiny village, right? Go up north near Skipton and find a little village called Malham. It's pronounced Malham, M-A-L-H-A-M. Stunning, beautiful, beautiful little village. Very tiny. There's a couple of pubs and a few houses, and there's a youth hostel. And I've stayed there a couple of times when I've been up north visiting friends, and it is so nice. It is so nice. Tricky to get to if you don't drive, but you should go there. It's quaint, it's tiny, it's beautiful, it's so lovely. I really enjoyed it. And they have like a guest house at the pub, and it's really nice. So I'd really recommend that. I'm sure they have that stuff in Castle Coombe as well. But Malham, it's a very tiny village. Castle Coombe is bigger. Like, Malham is very, very small. But Skipton is bigger, so if you want any amenities in the city, you can just drive down to Skipton, which is like 20 minutes away. Where is the top beautiful place in the UK? Probably the Lake District. Probably the Lake District, but I think Yorkshire. Yorkshire is loads of rolling hills, and it's sheep heaven. I'm telling you right now, Yorkshire is absolute sheep heaven. There are so many sheep, you don't know what to do with yourself. There are sheep everywhere. You go anywhere in the world, and it's just stunning. So beautiful. Sheep everywhere. Meh, meh. And I remember one time, a few years ago, when I was back up there visiting friends, we were driving around, and a farmer was bringing all their cows across the road, and we had to be very, very slow in the car to go past, and all these cows started walking up to the car, and I was like, yeah, he's so cute. They were just walking along like, moo, and it was just so cute. I loved those cows. They were so cute. This is why I love the UK. There's just all these little things that happen. There's just these little things that happen, and it smells nice, and it looks nice. And especially up north, people are really friendly. People are a lot friendlier up north than they are down south. Like, especially in London, UK people can be quite closed off and a bit mean. Up north, people are very hospitable. The north in the UK is like the south in America, where they have this big culture of hospitality. You know, people will be so much more willing to just come over and give you directions or just randomly strike a conversation. I was up north, and I'd actually been for a wee bit of a night out in Skipton, if you can believe that. And we went, obviously at the end of a night out when you've been drinking, the one thing you want to do is you want to go get some fast food. So we're at this little burger shop. Just waiting in line outdoors because it's one of those places. And the funniest thing is that this guy, this northerner, you know, a local, comes up and he taps me on the back, and I was a bit like, and he looked at me, and he was pissed, so drunk, so drunk. And he looks at me, he says, "Pal, don't you think life is just so beautiful?" And I was like, yeah, man. And it was like, love you, mate. And then he walked off. He wasn't even getting in the line. Don't you think life is just so beautiful? And I was like, yeah, it is. It was quite sweet, honestly. Misty, thank you for the super. Heavy Lies the Head, 2 million, let's go. And Jiyoung, thank you so much for the super. Happy early Raksha Bandhan. The puppy ASMR really helped me de-stress and prepare for the festivities. I hope the festivities are fun. I love you too, and I'm glad you like the ASMR Wednesday. Mom Bebe, can you call me Ru-chan? For a bit of time, as my friends do, before my sleep. Ru-chan. Go to sleep, Ru-chan. Sleep well, Ryu-chan. Tokito, thank you for the super. When was the first time you realized you had the thought or feeling you might love filmmaking? Well, I think I've told the story a while ago, but basically, I used to write short stories and books. I thought you said Luton, me and the Mrs. Luton to Dubai, and basically, I used to write short stories and books because in my mind, I was like, one day I hope someone options this book and makes it into a film. And then one day I just sort of thought, I was like, I feel like it makes more sense to cut out the middleman and just make it into a film myself. And then I realized that my interest in narrative and in stories really wasn't, you know, I like books, but I like films more. And so I realized, like, I guess I'm more into films than literature. And then I thought, maybe that's it. And then I quickly developed my love of filmmaking. And I'd always loved film, but I never really thought about it in that way. It was just like anybody else, like, yeah, I love films. But it was that year, it was in 2014 when I had my big epiphany. And then a lot of very good films came out in 2014. Whiplash, Birdman, Interstellar. So many insanely good films came out in 2014, and really the next few years were really good for film as well. So, you know, I had loved films for a long time, but I never really had, up until that point, had never really thought about it as like, oh, you know, I had really wanted to get into making films. I would always just been someone who had appreciated them. And 2014 had so many good films, so I was really touched by it, and suddenly I was like, wait a minute, this, I felt like I'd found my purpose. After hundreds of years of waiting, I felt like, wait a minute, I kind of want to do this, you know? God, yeah, 11 years ago. Whiplash, Birdman, 11 years ago. Yeah, good films coming out this year too. The other day, when I wasn't working, I randomly decided to go and see this film called The Legend of Ochi, which was a random one-off in like this local cinema that I found, you know, not even a chain, it was just a tiny little cinema, and it was like this all-practical take on E.T., where a little girl finds this weird mythological beast and is like, I have to take him home. And it was good. It looked beautiful, shot brilliantly. It could have used more dialogue. I felt like I really struggled to care too much about the events in the film because the characters literally almost never talked to each other. They Willem Dafoe spoke quite a bit, but they almost never talked, and I really did struggle a bit to get into the characters, but it looked beautiful, the music was beautiful, and the real star of the show is the puppetry. So it's all practical effects. The little creature, Ochi, is like a practical puppet, much like, you know, an animatronic or like Yoda or something like that, and it's very, very lifelike. It's really, really fascinatingly done. And it all made sense when I realized, and I sort of Googled it, and I found out that the director is a music video director. And I was like, that makes so much sense, because this looks stunning, but the actual characters, they needed to have more interaction and they needed to talk more. It was funny, the jokes did work, and the production design was brilliant too. But it overall, I think it was good. I'd give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It was good. I liked it. Made me feel happy. Misty, gonna watch Weapons this weekend. Wish me luck. I'm not keeping myself awake. Weapons looks good. I am excited to see Weapons. I'm excited to see Weapons. I'm excited to see Naked Gun as well. I'm excited to see Naked Gun very much. I reckon they're going to be really, really good. I've heard a lot of really good things about Naked Gun and how funny it is, and I'm really looking forward to Weapons as well, because the trailer was brilliant, and the fact that like Jordan Peele fired his entire team because he couldn't get the rights to the script is just crazy, you know. Apparently Zach Cregger, like his direction, it's the real highlight, and I loved Barbarian when I saw Barbarian. That was his last film, and Barbarian was very, very good. I liked it a lot. See, a film with zero dialogue is possible, but you need to show characters growing and doing everything that you would expect in a film with dialogue, but you must show it very clearly without it. And I think that this film, you know, Legend of Ochi, sadly a lot of character stuff didn't really come across without the dialogue too well. I think that if they'd put more emphasis on individual moments and interactions, then it might have worked. But the film was very, very short, so it didn't really feel like that came across too well. But it was still great. I loved it a lot. Bit like Isle of Dogs. True, but Isle of Dogs had lots of talking as well, you know. And the dialogue in Isle of Dogs is very fun. I relate to the main dog in Isle of Dogs. That line, I think about it all the time. I'm not a bad dog. I don't know why I bite. I think about that all the time. It's very, very tragic, but beautifully written. I'm not a bad dog. I don't know why I bite. Misty, thank you very much for the super. Speaking of Jordan Peele, have you seen the trailer for Him? I've not seen the trailer, but I've heard it's cool. I should definitely watch that trailer. A game called Dog Walk that's really cute. Yeah. Under the dog walk. Dog walk. Now the question is, if it's them, are they non-binary, or is there just multiple of them? Or both? There was a joke about that in the video YMS did about the Flash. He was like, oh, I get it. That's why there's two of them, because it's they, them. That's why it's they, them, because there's two Ezra Millers in this film. In this movie. My chair is great. It goes back so far. Wee. Wee. Woo. Wee. Look at me go. Wow. I wanna, you know what I wanna do? I wanna go on more roller coasters. When I went to USJ with the others, I conquered my fear of some roller coasters. When I went on Thingy, Space Adventure, or whatever it's called, I really conquered my fear of. I'm like, I want to do more. I want to go back to USJ in Osaka, and I want to go on the Flying Dinosaur. I want to conquer my fear, you know? No, I will not go to Six Flags. Those look insane. I'm so glad that they shut down King Dakar before somebody would make me go on it. Millie Raid! Come on in, guys. Just be ready for the fact that I'm using the ASMR mic, so you gotta be prepared for that. So sorry about that. I'm just chatting about my ASMR. Zutomo Raid! Oh, welcome in, Zutomo. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm using my ASMR mic, so you have to be ready for that. But we're playing. I'm just chopping some wood. We were talking about films and stuff. Jimmy in my ears. Hey guys, it's me, Jimmy. Welcome to the stream. Today, I did an ASMR where the viewer is a dog. It's completely safe for work and just cute vibes, so if you want to check that out, it's kind of a good one. I had fun. I do so much ASMR, but I don't whisper enough. I'm just talking. Yeah, I was just leaning back. Woodcutting level? I don't even remember. 86. 86 woodcutting. I'm covering up the skills things over here. Wait. What? 86 woodcutting. Welcome in, everybody. Check it out, guys. Check out my stats. I play this game a lot. We got 99 farming. 99. The rune. Check out. Any RuneScape players who do like Zutomo? Check it out. Untrimmed runecrafting cape. Check it out. This is the biggest flex I have. This is a bigger flex than having 1 million subscribers. This is big, big. 98 attack. Working on it. Doing a lot of bosses. Going through Desert Treasure 2 bosses again. 98 magic. Oh, 98 magic. We're getting close. With magic, actually. We're getting close. And then, the rest of them? Who knows? There's a big noise there. Oh my god. Boom, 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 boom. Ba, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely have a lot of room to improve at this game. I think just as a person, my sense of timing is just off globally, so I'm not very good at ticks and stuff like that, but I'll get there. I'm improving. I got to Delve 5. It's not really that impressive, but you know. Made it to like wave 50 of the Inferno one time. Still don't have my Infernal cape though. Courtney, thank you very much for the super. Don't be afraid to adjust your working pace. Hope you can reboost the energy and don't feel guilty if you're not in a good state. As one of your kindred, I'll keep supporting you. I'll wait for you. Love you. Mwah. Oh, thank you, Connie. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. I want to keep working hard and I want to keep streaming as much as possible. But there may come, you know, the odd time where I need to slow down a bit and relax. But usually that's because I'm readjusting and figuring stuff out. So we'll see. Melissa, thank you. Really love these chill talking streams because I get to listen to you talking about things you love. Aww. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to have these guys to talk to. So yeah, you guys, remember, when in doubt, Soon I'll be Tick Master. I'll be the Tick. Just like the movie or the Amazon series. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. The Tick. I don't want to have any more mints. After I ate 11 in one mouthful like a silly guy, I was feeling so silly. I was like, ooh. What if I put a load of sweeties in my mouth? Ooh. Yum. Yum. It's a good old thing, you know? Want to do Sims still? Yeah, we will. I'll get around to that when I can. Can we kiss so I can find out what 11 Mentos taste like? Unfortunately, no. If I kiss you now, the sheer temperature will immediately freeze your lips to death. That my mouth is so cold after eating all those Mentos that I will just breathe cold frost straight into you and you will instantly die. Oopsie. Oopsie. But we are sweeties. Yes, you are. You're my sweeties. Hmm? That's one of my secret powers. I'm full of liquid nitrogen. I can just go... Kyosha, is saving £50 sterling per person a good deal because it's £200 sterling off for a family of 4? I would say so. It depends on how much the holiday itself is. I mean, some what is it? Some plane tickets can be pretty cheap. You know, if you go with a budget airline like Jet2, you might be able to fly somewhere in Europe for not very cheap, not very expensive. So, if you get £50 off, that might be a lot. But for a whole holiday, £200 off, yes, it's not going to go amiss. But then, depending on where you go, if dinner for 4, you might wind up spending like £100 or more on that anyway. So, you know, what, is one dinner on your Jet2 holiday going to cost you all that? Maybe. There's nothing worse than, like, going out to dinner, even by yourself, and thinking, like, this is going to be fine, I can afford this. And then you see the bill at the end, you're like, ugh! When did that happen? I think it's my whiskey habit. I think I like whiskey too much, and I'll see a nice whiskey on the menu and I'll be like, ooh. Oh, don't mind if I do. I'll be like, oh. But unfortunately I failed to realize that adding a 30-40 pound glass of whiskey to the bill is going to increase the price of my dinner by 30 to 40 pounds. And then I'll be like, where did all this money? Why is it so expensive? Oh. It's the Macallan 12. Oh. It's the Macallan 12. It's the bloody Johnny Walker Blue I've been having. I'll tell you how I got a really big bill. Conversation and Hennessy. Because Hennessy is delicious, but it's very expensive. It's funny how Hennessy is such like a club drink, you know? You know, you gotta play it loose with the Henny and the Coke and that stuff. Because it's a beautiful cognac. It's a beautiful, beautiful brandy. Like, it's a very delicate drink. I have tasted a few Hennessy's in my life, and it's like, wow, this is so nice. And you think about the fact that it's like people are doing shots of this in the club, and I'm like, why would you do a shot of Hennessy? You don't need Hennessy to do a shot. Just, I guess it's about the fucking ridiculousness and extravagant display of wealth, you know? Like those Salt Bay gold steaks where the gold doesn't make the steak taste any better at all, but you just put gold on it because you're a fucking baller. 3, 2, 1, girls gotta have fun. Exactly. La Boo Boo Whiskey. I'm not. It's. Let's be completely straight honest. No Labubu owner is getting whiskey. No Labubu owners will be having fucking Baileys and a goddamn Dash Raspberry, okay, they're not having whiskey. Whiskey is not... I just can't really see that. I can't really see anyone with a Labubu. They're getting, like... Don't diss Bailey's is fine. I'm just saying I don't see anyone with a Labubu getting a neat whiskey. You know. They're having an espresso martini, porn star martini, or a sex on the beach. They want fruity, you know? Bitter cocktails, especially not an old-fashioned. Yeah, I mean, Bailey's is nice. Bailey's is nice. Actually, you know what? You know what the ultimate Labubu drink is? Malibu. Malibu. Anyone who has a Labubu, I think, probably enjoys Malibu. That's why they call it Malibubu. Yuffie, thank you very much for the super. If I had to live in the OSRS world, what place would you choose? Probably, Catherby or Sears Village, because you have a short walk to Ardoyne, which is a big city where you can do all kinds of stuff. Then it's just nice and quiet, and, you know, you can go for nice walks, and it's not terribly dangerous. There's not weird monsters hanging out, and you have a safe walk down to Ardoyne. So yeah, I think Catherby would be a nice place to live. Misty, bring the Crisis drinking collab. I don't know if that's a good idea, you guys. I don't know if that's a really good idea. Knowing what I said last time, knowing what I said on that stream last time, I don't know if I should be doing any more big drinking streams. I don't know if that's such a good idea. Like, you know, speaking truth, I guess. It wasn't that bad. Okay, it's like, I don't know. Obviously, I'm mostly joking. I was mostly just trying to make a statement about how, like, periods don't make you gross and all that kind of stuff. But I did wake up the following morning going like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Oh, why did I say that? Oh, I hope no one thinks I'm weird. What happened to my mic? I just wanted to center the two inputs because I'm only ever speaking into the left ear, so I figured it's, like, probably less annoying to listen to this part. I've said worse? Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's because when you drink, you can't remember everything you said. It sounds weird. Okay, I'll change it back. Sorry. I don't know. There you go. Blah, 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 blah. Bring me those. Back it up. Let me get some Labu back shots. Little Luna, thank you for the super. Would you or have been on a bottomless brunch? I'd be down for one with you. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. But it's not a bottomless brunch if you're there, is it? I'm so fucking good. I'm on fire today. Mate, what are you doing? What are you doing using your riz against me? You dare use my own spells against me, Potter. Melissa, thank you for the super. Entire picture of Margarita to myself for a Father's Day lunch dinner. I don't remember anything. Oh, Melissa, what have you done? What have you done? You've been a little crazy. You've been a little quirky. You've been a little crazy. Oh, look at you. You've been a little crazy. How about a Crisis' tea party? Now that I can do. As long as Wilson dresses in a nice, cute, pink apron and dress and serves the tea and he says, hey guys, here's your tea masters, then I think we'll be alright. Guys, here's your tea, okay? Moi kun. Hello everybody, my name is Wilson. There was a man, his name was U.Q. Wilson, and he was from our great nation of Canada, and he was going to be the best. Oh, U.Q. Willie Wilson. I think he just changed his name. Yeah, well, you know, a man grows. God rest his soul, Norm MacDonald. Taken from us far too soon. Misty, thank you for this. And Wallflower, thank you very much. There are so many things that are cringe. When we think of the most cringest things that others have said, what's the most embarrassing thing that someone has ever said to you that you are grateful it wasn't you? It was that, one of the cringest things that others have said. What's the most embarrassing thing that someone has said that you're grateful it wasn't you? Well, there was that tweet recently of all those shirts. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I'm not running around wearing these. You know. As a person with plenty of trauma, the shirt that says, thanks, it's the trauma, I'm like, I just know the person wearing this is the most insufferable fucking person I've ever met in my entire life. Like the kind of person who will walk around and just make everyone's life miserable and then will claim that their trauma made them do it. You know? Or the one that's like... There are a couple shirts in there that were good. The one that had the skeleton with the guns that said, like, I have IBS, itchy balls. That was pretty funny. I'll allow that one. I'll allow that one. But it's like the Brat album logo, but it says cunt, bitch, slut on it. I'm like, just wear a Brat shirt. Why do you need to make it about your fucking BDSM relationship? Like, I don't want to know about all that. What else did they have in that? I think I saved that image. That was some of it. I don't want to see any. I don't want to see any of you wearing those shirts. Okay. I don't want to see any of that. You can if you want. Yeah, Brett's. Okay, the one that has the big wolf that says "Don't touch me, kitten, I'm edging." I wouldn't wear that on a shirt, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Born to shit, forced to wipe. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. I got that dog in me with Fursona. Yeah, that's good. That bitch. Shut up. I eat pussy like a fat kid eats cake. Don't wear that in public. Come on. Just because it's true doesn't mean I would go and... Just because it's true doesn't mean I would go and tell everybody that on my fucking shirt. It's like the cringy couple ones you see. Oh my god, yeah. Well, I mean, nothing really is worse than, like, the e-couples. Nothing's worse than, like, the e-couples. Who have, like, you know, her top, his bottom. Whatever it is when they're playing Valorant. Whatever it is. Saw a Mercy player called His Toilet once. I was like, ugh. I was like, ugh. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about how fatphobic that is. That's true. And being fatphobic to kids is especially fucked up. Because 99% of the time, it's not even the kid's fault that they're overweight. It's their parents. You know? Always makes me sad. Always makes me sad. Like, for me, what I've always believed is that you should be able to do whatever you like and look however you like. That, you know, you've only got to draw the line when your health is at risk, you know. I think if you're a bigger person, that's fine. I think there's so much beauty in everybody, and I think beauty is inherent, 100%. If you're overweight, if you're, you know, no matter what size you are, if you're underweight, overweight, whatever it is, you still have so much beauty, and I don't see that as reducing or increasing your beauty at all. The only place to draw the line, whether you're under or overweight, is when your doctor says, all right, listen, this is becoming a problem, because that's your safety at risk, right? And so it does make me sad when I see like a really overweight kid, because a kid, their diet and what they eat comes from their parents, and you know, they didn't have a choice. Although the sad part is, you know, for so many parents who are working class, especially single parents, it is so hard to come up with healthy meals for your child every single day when you're probably working multiple jobs and don't have a second parent helping you out, and all the cheapest food is really fucking bad for your kid. So hard. It's just, I'm not like mad at anybody when I see it. It's just sad. It is just sad. You know, it is just sad that almost being thin is like a privilege. You know, I'm sure, I guarantee you there are ways to eat healthy without spending too much money. I guarantee that but you shouldn't have to look that hard. It should just be a choice you make. The one consequence of eating healthy is you can't have so many yummy treats, right? It shouldn't be that you need to do this insanely hidden method to try and find all of this food somewhere in order to try and lose weight, and then spend so much time losing weight while you're also working multiple jobs sometimes, and maybe are a single parent and all that kind of stuff. It's just hard. It's just hard. Why is it that the poorest people work the hardest, right? Why is it that people who have the least money do the most work on average? It's just, it's completely fucked. Just generally, if I ruled the world, every single job would have like a massive base, a minimum wage would be where the median wage is. Everybody, no matter what job you're doing, should be being paid a really substantial amount. Because, you know, the CEO of fucking Warner Brothers does not need a $400 million pay packet. What the fuck is he spending that on? I've only had one beer and I'm already getting... What the fuck are you spending $400 million on? Okay? I think in terms of personal, just cut it off after it. Like, you know, you can have a few million if you've done really well for yourself. People need something to aspire to work for. But what are you using $400 million a year for? Come on, Davey. Come on, buddy, Dave. Do you realize that you could change countless lives with that much money? 400 million. Do you know how much an extra $400 would do for the million people you could give that to? Divide that down. How many employees are there at Warner Brothers? Just divide that up. Make that a massive Christmas bonus. Oh my god. Ah. But yeah, just a enormous flat buff to everybody's wages. So even if you work a job that's typically seen as like a poor person's job, you know, if you collect rubbish or if you do anything, no matter what job you have, you should be getting paid for a decent day's work, and one job should be enough for you to afford food and a living space and utilities comfortably, you know, with room left for luxuries. I don't think that's that hard. I don't think that people scrounging together or working multiple jobs is necessary. But that's life. You know, we can't do that. Anyway, I'm getting a little too riled up. I think about this kind of stuff a lot. It's so dumb. It's so silly. will I do after the stream? I might go and have dinner somewhere. Yeah. I've got to stream Mario Party with the others at midnight, so might as well get a bit of fresh air in, you know? Melissa, thank you very much for the super. Had a rich lady come into my work, and I was wearing your earring, and she commented on its length. There is so... I was wearing your earring, and she commented on its length before saying, there are so many poor people now. What the fuck was she on about? I mean, the wealth, it is true, the wealth disparity in this world is quite ridiculous, but it's a strange thing to just randomly come out and say. It's like, where do you think they're coming from? Where do you think they're coming from, lady? What to do about it? Yeah, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Just put your fries in the bag, okay? Put the fries in the bag, come on. So you guys remember. I'm a sleepy type of guy. Alright. That's our earring. Distribute the earrings evenly. Alright. I think I'm gonna end here, guys. I'm very sleepy. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I need to relax. So this weekend, I'm gonna be visiting my parents because, as you know, I've been sort of having a bit of a mental health struggle recently. So I'm going to so no streams from Saturday and Sunday, but I will be back next week. I will do some guerrilla streams. I think we're going to be playing lots of games together. Expect more streams like we did at the beginning of this week, where we're going to play whatever game I happen to be enjoying at the time, and we're going to sit down and just have a nice chat, and we're going to stream together, and it's going to be nice, and we'll get to hang out a lot next week. So thank you very much for the supers, guys, and you can expect to see me later on. Why did I say thank you for the supers? It's because every time I say thank you, I'm like, thank you for the super, thank you for the super. It's just part of my brain. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here, first of all. But thank you to everyone who gave supers, of course. Obviously, always thank you to you guys. And I will go and chill out now and try to look after myself for a little while. Noah, thank you so much for the Akko Super. Thank you for spending another wonderful time with me today. I was able to relax and really enjoy myself. So happy and full of joy. I feel like a Pomeranian spinning around at high speed. It's feeding time. Okay, little kisses for my little pawn, okay? I love you too. I hope you have a really, really nice rest of your day, Noah. Wallflower, thank you for the super as well. Yeah, I feel incredibly lucky. I feel so lucky every day. I love you too. And I want every one of you to succeed too. It's so possible, alright? Remember that. Don't let anyone tell you that you're meant to not have all that. If you're in a difficult situation financially, remember that you have plenty of potential. You have plenty of potential to change your circumstances. It will be hard, but don't let anyone tell you that you don't have what it takes to escape from those situations, okay? You might be in a really difficult spot, and it might be much harder for you, but you can do it. A phrase that I always like, and, you know, I've been very lucky, but one phrase that I do like, and it's not all mindset, but it helps. It helps to kind of get started this way. Try to think of yourself, you're not poor. You're broke. Okay? Think of them as temporary financial circumstances that you will overcome. Don't let the wealthy put you in a position where you think it's your destiny to be poor for the rest of your life. If you want to escape from it, it's hard, but it's not impossible. It has been done, and if it's been done by anybody, it can be done by you too, okay? I believe in you, alright? Obviously, there are so many layers to this, and it is so hard. It is so hard, but it's possible. Yeah. Alright. Good job, guys. Faith, thank you so much for the super. I'll see you all next week, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. You're not poor or broke, you're being stolen from. This is also true. This is also true. Homework for the weekend. Do a lot of reading about finance and how many different ways there are that wealthy people know how to protect the money that they earn, and try and use some of those tricks for yourself. It's hard, but you can do it. I'm very lucky to have friends who have learned a thing or two from climbing, you know, through the fucking rat race and learning about, oh yeah, there are so many traps. There are so many little pitfalls that are set up for people who don't know better to, if you did get lucky and make a lot of money, you might just lose it all because you didn't read some random article from 50 years ago. Do your reading and take control of what it is that you have the capacity to do with your life. Anyway, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for looking after me. I love you, okay? I'll see you soon.